Is a 9-year-old client even legal?
Yeah. Yeah. You can have clients as young as you want. You just have to know how to train them to prevent stunting their growth, injuries, stuff like that. So like, with children, you don't really do a lot of high impact. So like they're not going to be doing box jumps and they're not going to be doing depth jumps and stuff like that. They aren't going to be creating a lot of that impact.
What are they doing?
You make games, right? So let them play soccer. You teach them how to swing a bat.
Oh, but it's not like weight training.
No. You can teach them things. PVC pipe squats,
like the basic movements, right? So that they can learn the movements before they actually get to weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that way they become proficient in the movement itself before weight is attached. And then when you can start attaching weight, I'd say probably right around 12, 13 maybe.
Yeah.
You can start doing like very light weights,
Yeah.
And then you start hitting 15 and you can starting to push a little
What
bit.
about those kids that you see online that like are like 9 years old squatting 150 pounds?
They are going to have a hard time growing.
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
Are they on anything? You think they're on anything that young? Or their parents are like sneaking them
I've known
creatine and shit?
I've known kids that have parents that did that.
Really?
Yeah. And they didn't grow past 5'4".
That's fucked up, dude.
They didn't grow past 5'4". Their parents were like 6 foot.
Why would you do that?
To get that competitive edge, to get them into those pro sports sooner.
Oh, okay. I think that's bullshit.
So trying to relive your glory days, and
there you go.
Like I want my kids to be strong or whatever.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't start them working out. I think it's too young. I think around the 12, 13, 14-year-old mark.
Yeah.
You start putting up weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So go get some PVC pipe from Lowe's, and you can start teaching them how to do barbell work with a PVC pipe. And then you do things like work on their hand-eye coordination, teach them how to hit a ball.
Yeah.
Right. Change the size of the ball.
Right.
Things like that. And then, play Frisbee, soccer ball, 500 with a football. Right.
What were you, so as a freshman in high school, what were your lift numbers, if you have any?
As a freshman in high school?
Yeah. Because I was in the 1,000-pound club as a freshman.
I didn't hit the 1,000-pound club till I was a senior.
Oh, really?
But I was also only 130 pounds as a senior.
Oh, okay.
As
I was 311 pounds. I was just a fucking monster, dude. As a freshman, just walking around all, hey, guys.
Yeah, no, I remember the first like big number I ever felt like, big number for me I ever put up was when I was in 4th grade. And one of my brothers took me to go weightlifting with him. And I pulled 135 pounds on deadlift.
Nice.
And I was like 90. But then I remember hurting for like a month.
You hurt yourself?
I didn't feel it at the time.
Oh.
But it felt like internally like it hurt.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. It wasn't like an injury where I was like, oh yeah, my back went into spasms or something like that. It was just my body internally hurt.
Just rattled the body. Is like, whoa.
Because I literally walked in.
Strain, dude.
Yeah, I walked in. My brother's like, see how much you can lift. And he just kept putting more weight on. And I hit 135.
Yeah.
But I had done like 15 sets up to that point,
What about you?
In high school, I really never did any of those lifts. Like, I played football my freshman year. Didn't play my sophomore year because right before the season, I cracked my ribs. And they're like, well, you can come back after like 6 weeks. And I was like, nah, I'm not going to play. And as far as like weight training, I never really bench pressed because when I was an 8th grader, I broke my wrist really bad, like growth plates and everything. And that was a long process because I had like the cast for like 3 months. And then I had to wear like a smaller brace, but it was kind of like a cast for another 8 weeks. And I just never felt comfortable, doing bench press. I was like, I don't, it was just it was a mental thing.
Yeah.
I probably could have started, but like high school was all about like biceps. And all I ever did was curls.
Get the girls.
That's all I did, man. And
well, you can tell.
Well, and that's the thing is like, that's the funny thing is I think that's probably the reason why that's like one of my best traits. personally,
biggest features.
yeah, because it's one of the things that I just continuously did. But yeah, in high school, it was just like sit ups, push ups, and curls. That's it. That's all I did. And I was, I played basketball for a couple of years in high school as well. That was my sport. That was, but once everyone started getting taller and I stopped, it was a little bit, it was difficult. I was like, I'm not as fast as everyone else anymore. I can't jump as high as these guys. But I worked hard, so in middle school I was like everybody else, as far as like height or whatever. So you can still dominate.
Yeah.
But once you get to like 10th grade, everyone hits their spurt to like 5'10", 5'11", 6 foot. And I'm 5'7", and it's just like, you still could fit in, but you're behind the 8 ball a little bit.
Yeah.
When you were coming up, like, did you ever watch? Like, I would watch Dorian Yates' Blood and Guts, Pumping Iron, Jay Cutler Ripped to Shreds. Like, I was watching all of these movies as like a movie. I would just sit there and fucking watch it. I'd watch the making of, because my uncle's the one who got me into like powerlifting and training, and he had stacks and stacks of Flex magazine and fucking this and that.
Yeah, no, so, like I wasn't into like the whole body thing in high school.
Ever?
No, to me, I wanted to be like just thin. I was all about sports until like 11th grade, because again, it was just, and plus like my grades sucked, man. I was dumb as far as like getting my work done. I wasn't like a troublemaker or anything. I wasn't into drugs or anything like that. I was just like lazy, and I would just procrastinate and just leave everything to the end. Like I graduated high school 2 days before like the deadline. And I had to like write an essay just to get over that 59% mark so that I can walk, with all the other seniors 2 days later, and I'm just like, that's the way it was for me. And that really hindered like sports because I was getting incompletes and I was ineligible. And I was like, you know what? I'm just not going to play sports because I'd rather not play than my parents asked me like, why are you on the bench with, your tie and everything? How come you're not playing?
Right.
Because I didn't want to tell them I had incompletes, but that was just me being lazy, not.
I was the biggest piece of shit, dude. I graduated high school after 7 years. 7 years of high school. I could have been a doctor if that was college. And people are telling me that like I didn't graduate, like I retired from high school.
Yeah, dude, you got your doctorate in high school. Dude, I was a
super duper senior, forever senior.
Okay.
That was miserable. 1 year I didn't even go to school.
Yeah.
They tried to like do this online thing, and like I taped my mouse to an oscillating fan so that it would just keep my thing like my screen alive, and I'd be on the bus to the local YMCA and fucking lift all day. And
wow.
All that shit, dude. So I did 7 years of high school.
So you were the badness.
Oh, dude, I was such a piece of shit, man.
The badness.
No, for real. I was such a bad dude. Mean and ugly and hateful and lazy and high and drunk. And dude, completely 180 from who I am today.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think we'd be friends 3 years ago.
We'd find a way.
I don't know.
Maybe it would have just jump started it 3 years ago. We just didn't meet. Like, Kyle probably feels the same way. If he met you 3 years ago, it probably would have been different.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
Kyle's a sweetheart. You're a sweetheart.
I wasn't always. Dude.
You're always a sweetheart.
Worry. I was in high school, but then after I got into the Marine Corps, dude, I was not. I was not a sweetheart. I was an asshole.
Why did you want to go into the Marine Corps? Can we talk about that?
Yeah. I think I mentioned it to you before.
You told me.
Yeah.
But
let
them know. Let your fans. Hey, you got fans, bro.
So,
let your followers know.
Yeah. All right, mom.
So mom. No, for real.
So the funny thing is that, you said when you stopped growing and everyone else hit their growth spurt, right? Yeah. I could only rely on my speed and my ability to jump.
Yeah.
I was a sprinter, so I was offered a track scholarship.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah.
Yeah. For my 400 meter dash. And so then I'm getting ready to go to school and everything like that. I graduate high school. My cousin, who's a tattoo artist, offered me a tattoo for my graduation present. He says, any size, whatever you want, it's yours, man. Take it. I was like, hell yeah, sweet. So like I came up with my tattoo, and it's a cross with tribals branching off of it on my back.
Nice.
And my ex was like new people at the school I was going to, and it was a religious school.
Mm-hmm.
And so told them I got a tattoo, and they said, you need to repent for that tattoo.
Oh.
And so I was like, well, here's the thing about repentance. Repentance means that you regret what you've done,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't,
Mm-hmm.
and you're promising to never do it again, which I'm
you
definitely
won't.
going to. So like, well, Mr. Reed, I'm really sorry, but we're going to have to take your scholarship. And I was like, well, I guess I'm going to join the military. And I hung up thinking I had the last laugh. Boy.
I mean, it's not a bad move.
No. I mean, I took the honest route at least, you know.
Sure.
I said if I honestly felt bad, if I felt bad for what I had done, then yeah, I would totally get that.
Mm-hmm.
But I was literally, while I was on the phone, I was like, man, what am I going to get for my next tattoo?
Yeah. Fuck these guys.
They're addicting, man. I mean, tattoos,
Yeah.
and it's just like, at first you just want to kind of like, well, just my experience, like my first tattoo was the day after I graduated. I had a family member that would do it, and he would do like old school, like he'd get like a pen and like a little
some prison ink.
Some prison tats.
yeah, that kind of thing. And that was this one up here. So
Which
Jesus up here.
one? That one looks fine.
No, yeah. It's really handled the time of you know. But you know, you do it because it's like, yeah, like you want to fit in. Like, you know, I was 18. I'm like, this is cool. And then you're like, I need more because I feel like I don't have enough in other areas. Like you want to start to, and I do have like some regret on, not that I got tattoos, but what I chose to get. Like this here, this big tribal with like, who knows what the hell is going on here. Like I'm like, if I can go back into
What are
time,
those pineapples?
I wouldn't do it. They're like, dude. So I had a cross here, and I wanted to cover it up because it looked kind of funny. It was like a little chubby cross.
Okay.
It wasn't like, I didn't like it. It was not well done. It was just like whatever. And then so
When I was in high school, I got a little cross, and now it's a chubby cross. And
well, here's the mistake I made was in covering it up. I went to someone that was like starting up, so I was like his hamster, and so I ended up getting like, you know, like tentacles with like fangs or whatever. You know, the tribal part I'm not too worried about, but this is just like whatever. But you can tell he was a newbie because I got like raised little lines and stuff, and it took forever to heal.
I feel that. I did one tattoo in Afghanistan that was with a legit tattoo gun, and then another one was a prison tat. The prison tat is covered.
Yeah.
Because after the scab started to peel off, the ink was going with it, but I still had the indent, so it just turned into a scar.
Oh, yeah.
Right. But the other one,
Like a brand.
yeah. Yep. Basically.
that's how my first tattoo is. It feels like it was made for Stevie Wonder, dude. You could read that fucking thing. It's braille, bro.
So
it's bad.
the other one, he was like, hey man, so I'm actually getting ready to start a tattooing career once I get out because I'm a piece of shit. He literally said those words. He said that because I'm a piece of shit. He's getting out. Yeah. He'd been in for like 3.5 years and was still a private. So he had lost his rank a few times. So he's like, I just got my tattoo gun shipped in from Okinawa. You want a tattoo? I said, yeah, man, for sure. So the first day,
Yeah, man, for sure. Yeah, that's what I want to do.
I'm thinking free tattoo, dude. Fuck yeah, let's do this.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah, for
So the guy is like, the first day he's working on one of the letters on the back of my arm, and I'm like, man, that hurts more than I was expecting it to. Right. I'm like, okay, it's fine. I'll just stop being a little bitch about it. So then when
he's like a kid with a crayon. Just
No,
fucking
bro.
like
No, bro. So the tattoo needle is only supposed to be like yeah, I know I have the number wrong, but it was like 3/8 of a millimeter. Okay. And I asked him what he had the needle set to, and he goes, I don't know, 1/4 inch.
Ooh.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. So he was like dragging into my muscle.
Ow.
and just injecting ink into the muscle.
That's not good.
Your muscles probably got a good ass tattoo, I guess. I mean,
yeah. I'm pretty
That
sure my muscles
sucks.
actually down there like, what's going on? Check this shit out.
That was your first tattoo?
No. That was my first
Oh.
tattoo. That was my tattoo in Afghanistan. Yeah.
Do you remember what was your first tattoo? The Jesus?
yeah.
So my first tattoo.
Before you get to that,
Yeah. Cheat meal?
yeah,
Sunday cheat day?
I want you to hold the donut while you're telling the story.
No.
Can we do like a fireside chat with it? Just
That's what I was saying, right? The ASMR thing. You were just like,
I don't even like having this cough drop in because I'm like,
well, there, it's too late now.
I know. I'm gonna try to take that out. I'm not going
I
to.
was this close to chewing some gum, and I realized I'd probably be smacking my lips, and that's all you'd fucking hear.
Well,
Like
what
I-
are these?
So they're sour cream cake donuts.
That sounds so fucking good, dude. That sounds like a wet dream.
They
Mm.
are a little bit, you know. I like them. I mean, usually like when you get grocery store like bakery items, they're like hit and miss or whatever. But these work for me, and I hope you guys like them.
Are they just plain or what's in them?
No, they're just like cake donuts, and then they have like, it's called sour cream, but it's just kind of like a sugary glaze.
Yeah.
But that's all it is. So
Yeah. Wait, what's the? Am I gonna eat one?
that's up to you. It's remember I told you it's like,
What's the
well, it's not
calories on it?
370, it's 340.
I got to put it in my fitness pal.
So you're looking at 48 carbs
Uh-huh.
and 16 grams of fat. So
Okay.
this is probably 2 of your meals without the protein.
Sweet.
2 of your carb and
I can eat
fat
it, though.
meals without.
See, okay, so this is a perfect example. So I can have this, but now for the rest of my day, I
You
need
have
to
to
make
eat
sure that I
grass.
Tetris and I. No,
right.
you
I
make
know,
you make
right,
decisions.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
This is not going to make or break me. One
Well,
donut's
no,
not
you're-
going to make me fat. I'm already fucking there.
No, like if you're
So,
2,800
what are you
calories,
laughing at,
you know,
man?
you're 28 calories to.
What are you laughing at, dude?
You're 2,800 calories. You're still gonna have what, like 2,450
Yeah,
after this.
yeah.
Wait, how many calories is it?
340.
340. Putting it in
So
right
if
there.
you just ate these, well, no, you still need protein, but you could probably have 5 of these and just have protein.
But my
don't have
point-
5 of these.
My point is just because I'm trying to lose weight, I don't have to be like, nope, I can't have that. Can't enjoy it with you.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Grab a sexy one.
Oh, they're like
nice
hard.
and wet.
Oh.
I'm gonna grab me a thick
You're gonna
bitch.
have to lick your fingers.
Oh, I got a cough drop in.
Well, swallow that bitch.
My mouth is watering, dude. I'm
I
like,
just need some cake and a thick bitch, bro. Let's go.
mm.
Join it, Lucas.
Joyner Lucas. Hey, but so, do you get what I'm saying, though? Do you get what I'm saying? I'm on a lifestyle. If this is really a lifestyle, I have to be able to enjoy life, right? I'm with my
Yeah.
friends. I'm having a good time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cheers, fellas.
Cheers.
Bro.
Today we're gonna be talking about
Mm-hmm.
the
You ever
story
seen
of
the movie
Garrett's
American Pie?
first tattoo.
About to American Pie this donut right now.
You gonna stick your tongue in the hole?
I'm going to do something. Dude, this is good.
Not bad, right? For a grocery store bakery item.
I could eat that whole box, no problem.
You're damn right. You're damn right.
I'm chewing right in the mic, dude.
You have to. You got. You have to do the
Why are
Barry
you
White voice.
whispering? dude?
We're doing the Barry White voice.
Oh,
You have to sound like this
okay.
while you're eating. Take it seriously.
See, imagine if Bob Ross was painting a picture and eating at the
Oh,
same
this is a
time.
happy little accident in my
Happy
fucking
little
mouth right
accidents.
now, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Now, right here, there's going to be a little. There might be a little pine tree.
Oh,
right
yeah.
here at, on the side,
Little house. Little shed right here.
off on the range.
Yeah, happy little shed. Happy little clouds.
Maybe this cloud's a little bit darker.
This,
You're
I
about
don't
to
want to
drop
do
some
this very
water.
much longer, dude. I don't like it. You're like giving me anxiety, bro. Today's 3 weeks for me for weight loss,
Yeah.
and I am back up, and it's pissing me off.
How much are you back up from last
I'm
week?
not from last week. I'm only down 1 pound.
Okay.
I was 360 last week. I'm 359 right now.
Give me that donut.
But I've gone I've gone all the way down to 354 this week and now back up to 359. And I don't know why. Nothing's changed. My eating is proper. I walked, I went to the gym, I did everything I had to do. My water's cool, my sleep is good. I don't know what the issue is. The only thing that I've done differently is I stopped doing that intermittent fasting. So like I would only eat from 10 to 4.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm eating whenever.
Your body could be adjusting to it.
But that's a substantial amount of water weight. Because there's no way it's real weight. That's, I mean, I'd have to eat so many calories to have that be real fat.
Yeah, but what it could have been doing is because your body was used to the intermittent fasting style, that because you changed what it's doing, it's trying to figure out what you're trying to do. So it's holding on to it. Your body recognized that your dieting habits changed. So it's not sure of what to expect. So the first thing it's going to do is hold on to that weight.
How long does that usually last?
I'd say maybe 2 weeks before you settle in.
Yeah,
You think 14 days of the same cycle for your body, it's going to be like, oh, okay, yeah.
Because I was thinking of going back to intermittent fasting because I don't like seeing the numbers creep back up like that.
If it works for you and you feel good doing it, why change something that's not broke? You know, it's good to like change it up a little bit to kind of see, okay, I'm going to eat the same, but change the time frames that I eat. I mean, maybe try it for a couple of weeks to see what happens next week if you want, or you can just say, you know what, I don't want to try another week like that. I'm just going to go back to that. But even with
It's
that,
not defeating or anything.
No.
I'm not going to stop.
No.
As I eat this donut. I'm fine, guys. I'm okay. No, it's not. It's not frustrating. It's not. I mean, it's a little frustrating, but I'm not like, why?
Right.
But you're
Because I
still,
know it's not real weight.
But
My
you're still
body's
up,
just
though.
fucking
But
doing
that's why
something weird.
you asked the question. And,
Yeah.
you know, so that way you can try to understand it. It's not being upset about it. It's trying to gain the understanding.
Well, because I've started this thing where I weigh myself every day, right? And I put that number and that video on social media, and so many people don't like it. Don't weigh yourself every day. Weigh yourself every 2 weeks. Weigh yourself once a month. Throw the scale away. Because for some reason they think that seeing my numbers go up and down or whatever is gonna fuck me up and like derail me.
Well, that's because it happens to people like that. Where I knew a girl who was like maybe 108 pounds, but if she saw 108.2 pounds, she lost it.
oh shit.
Yeah. She would be
I
inconsolable
don't want to
for
laugh
days.
at her, but it's
She would be inconsolable for days because she went up 0.2 pounds. And so to some people that I understand why they would say it, but you, so just like, okay, yeah, cool, thanks. I appreciate the advice.
I figure it's just data.
Yeah.
That's all I'm doing because I got my
Well-
measurements too at the beginning of the month and at the end of the
And
month
that's what
I'll
you're
check what my
doing.
measurements are doing too. But
Right.
I am going to weigh myself every day.
Yeah. So you can weigh yourself every day, and then because you're checking now, if you check your measurements every day, I'd say stop doing that.
No, I'm not doing that.
Right. And I think for some of the people is don't check every day because, a watch pot never boils. So then you're going to they think that you're going to get discouraged by not seeing it drop every single day.
Yeah.
But
When I first started, the first week or two, it was steady 2 to 3 pounds a day.
Yeah.
But that's water too, right?
Well, it's water, getting rid of the holidays, just the influx of weight that you had over the holidays.
Yeah.
Now your body's starting to get settled back into the routine of normal, right? Not holidays.
So what do you guys think I should do? You think I should go back to intermittent fasting or should I ride this out and see if it's real? I'm cool with whatever.
I mean, the worst thing that happens is you try this out for like another month, see how it feels. If you don't like it, go back to intermittent fasting.
Yeah.
I
can do that.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't bug me.
Yeah.
Because I'm starting to develop the real life thinking of this is a journey. It's not a race. So I'll be doing this for a couple of years.
Yeah.
That's a big change in mind frame as opposed to what I was thinking like a week ago even.
Yeah. Which I'm glad that you are starting to see it that way.
I don't think you guys would lie to me. I don't think you guys would tell me anything that's hurtful. So I believe you.
Yeah.
No, and like there's a difference between what you're doing and what someone else might be doing as it pertains to like looking at the scale every day you're documenting something so you can look back on and kind of like see the journey. You know, you're not doing it to kind of like, well, how many pounds did I lose today? And if I didn't, this is bad. No, you're just going to see. If anything, you're going to show someone else that doesn't have to look at, that probably shouldn't, that these things happen. Or maybe they're in that routine of checking out their weight every evening and they're distraught because they gained 2 pounds as opposed to losing the 5 they lost the day before.
Well, and I was thinking the last time that we were all on the show is that you mentioned that your weight loss should kind of go like this, a little bit of ups and downs, and that's kind of where you're at right now, is you're on the up part of it, right? So it's gonna break, it's gonna dip back down, right?
Yeah, well, because the app that I use to record my weight and stuff, it does this bar graph or line graph for you. I'm still fucking down.
Exactly.
And I'm down like that.
If you're trending down, then that's the important part.
Yeah, right? I'm not worried about it.
Yeah. And
a month or two ago, I would have been worried about it. But
yeah.
I'm just learning to do it properly.
Yeah. Well, and that's why I said before we even started recording, like, you look slimmer. I did notice it. I've noticed the change.
Appreciate it.
But then you were like, no, fuck you. It's cool, man.
And dude, as long as you continue to go to the gym, you shouldn't worry about anything. Yeah. If you're eating the same and you're staying on point and you're going to the gym, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You're trying different things to see. Maybe going to, switching from intermittent fasting to what you did this past week, maybe it would have helped a little bit more. Or maybe you need another week or two to kind of see, okay, is it going to be beneficial? But that's up to you. Either way, it's going to work for you because it's working and you're doing the work.
I feel good. My clothes feel good. This shirt's bigger on me than it's ever been. I have more energy. I say the same thing every single day, but I really am doing better. Fuck a number on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not serious. Fuck a number on the floor, dude.
Yeah. Man.
Plus, there's not very many weight loss journey channels or weight loss anything that are going to show somebody going up in weight every day. You know what I mean? Most people that are trying to lose weight hide those days. Yeah. Not me.
Only show the
only show days. The good.
Yeah.
Quote unquote good.
Yeah.
Fuck all of that. You guys want to know what a real journey looks like? I'll show you.
It's the journey.
That's it.
Yeah.
I don't see anybody doing that kind of stuff, dude.
No, right. Man. And more power to you. You're going to be helping a lot of people out.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when we were talking about watching, you said you were watching like Jay Cutler movies, and that was a movie for you. That inspires people to like start working out to try to reach that. You won't ever reach that naturally, but it gets you motivated. And it's going to be the same thing for you. You're going to motivate so many people because they're actually going to see the beginning stages of what it was to what you are now. They're like, that's possible.
Yeah.
So I think that's.
And how long it takes.
Yeah.
It takes a long fucking time, dude.
But before you know it, like I said, you're in it. You're just in the moment. Before you know it, you're going to be, like you were saying yesterday, that other Garrett Olson that's waiting for you like 2 or 3 years down the line. You have 2 options there. You're going to have the one that's either going to say, dude, why'd you stop?
Yeah.
Or the one that says, fuck yeah, dude.
You made it.
Yeah. So
that's true.
Thanks for doing it.
Yeah.
What do you think the best way to stay focused on that is? Like, what's the number one killer of a drive for you?
Having a bad day.
Just in general?
In general, like whether it's like, man, I shouldn't have ate that, or I didn't work out today, or I didn't work out as hard. And it's just, I think we all have those kind of days, but I would say it's probably a little bit tougher for someone that's either starting off or has a goal in mind that they still feel they're a little bit away. Any little thing can deter you from that because it's easier to just fall back into what you were and not continue because it just seems like, well, it's the easier thing to just be who I was because that's closer to what I'm trying to get to. But I think we all have motivating factors, and I think we all have things that will kind of have us like, why am I doing this?
Yeah. Even bad days at work will do that.
Yeah.
And it's especially tough for me having a bad day at work where I work at a gym because the last thing you want to do is stay at the gym.
Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
Like, how are you going to motivate yourself to stay at the place that you're literally trying to get away from for the time being? You know.
You know what's crazy is you work at a gym and you are surrounded by people that are trying to better themselves all day. I'm gonna cough. I'm sorry. I can't get rid of this fucking cough. Anyway, so do you get your motivation from that? Because for someone like me, I work by myself all day.
Mm-hmm.
So like when I'm having a bad day, I don't have other stuff to like take my mind off of it. I just sit there and I focus on it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it makes it easier to be surrounded in that positive area than?
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see the difference. For me, seeing other people like working on themselves is motivating. You know, if I'm having a bad day, it definitely helps distract me, to allow my brain to kind of just put it on the back burner until later, to where I can really then focus on it. So it gives me an opportunity to, hopefully there's something along the way, you're right, seeing someone hit like a huge PR and they're like really excited about it, you know, I'll go up and go give them a high five, fist bump, whatever. And my hope is that that'll help change my mood to make me want to get back in. You know, otherwise some days I just have to accept that that's where I'm at. Today's, you know what, whatever, blank slate tomorrow.
Yeah, I think it's how you view things, because it can be a motivator to watch someone successfully do something and you're like, that's impressive. Or maybe it's just something for them. But it can also be one of those things like, damn, I'm not even close to being able to do that. Like, what am I doing? You know? So it's like a double-edged sword. You can either use it to fuel you to like better your day, or to say, you know what, if that guy is pushing that, or he successfully went from this to this, I can still improve. Or you can just be like, which, you know, you're going to have these choices to make. That's life. But, you know, more often than not, you should say, you know what, that motivates me to want to be better, and not like, man, that's.
But how do you snap yourself out of it? How do you get yourself back into that headspace? I'm talking like maybe even after a breakup or a death in the family, or you lose your job, or like things that will obviously, that's something that can break somebody. How and completely throw you off track. How do you get back into that mind frame when all you want to do is feel sorry for yourself and feel bad?
I think, go ahead.
I think with everything, you have to approach it differently. But I mean, some basic things, some people have their own little mantra that they'll recite to themselves, you know, try to find a way to ground themselves, get them re-centered, you know, I'm here, you know, they'll like tap their legs, like something physical, right? Just try to remind themselves, and reconnect. And then some people will actually go, okay, my lift today shouldn't be about how much I can do. It should be about, can I just get a good sweat going to get rid of what I'm currently feeling? Throw on some music, nice and loud, right? And just move. And with whatever you're feeling, if you're angry, then and you want to lift something heavy, go for it. But don't think about the exact weight that you're doing. Just be like, pump it, pump it, pump it. Or if you want to do like a heavy cardio session, you know, and just sweat out your stress and anxiety, you know, your doubts, fears, all that. You know, I've done both. I've had my own little mantras that I've had to recite to myself, you know, little procedures here and there in order to reconnect myself. And other times I'm like, fuck this, I'm going to go sweat and just go hit the stairs, treadmill, something, and just move.
And I think those are, you said those two things perfectly, because I feel the same way as it pertains to like when you feel like you're off and, you know, things are happening in your life or, you know, just around you. You have to center yourself. You have like home base. What were the things that were motivating you before? And you kind of just take a step back and you go back to those things. Because more often than not, those things that motivated you previously will probably get you back on track, because you're just, you know, you're centering yourself. You're getting back to your spot. You're what do you want to call it? Like,
A reset.
yeah. And then the other side of that is doing something totally different that you probably aren't not used to doing. But like, I'm not used to having just a whole day of just hour and a half of cardio, you know, do something different. Get away from your routine. Maybe go for a hike. Do something that is not, it's still going to keep you motivated to stay active, but it's not actually what you do every other day, you know? So I think you have those two options. I'm pretty sure there's other ways of doing that, but like for me, that's the two best things that kind of keep me going or to get back on track if something derails. But it should never derail you and have you go fucking veer off all the way to the left and never come back, you know? But yeah, you got to have those things. Home base or something out of the wild.
Do you guys have any like destructive comfort vices when it comes to dealing with stress? Like for me, I know in the past, if I was super stressed, clearly I would run to food and I would eat as much as I could. And yeah, I would eat as much as I could to the point where I was getting sick. But for some reason, I had it in my mind that would make me feel better. So that was my destructive thing that I would run to. As fit guys, do you guys have anything like that?
Yeah, my destructive one is sugar. I'll just eat.
So yours is still food?
I'll eat a ridiculous amount of candy until my teeth hurt.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect that.
I used to eat like entire boxes of Girl Scout cookies, like in one sitting. My favorite is Samoa cookies. And it got so bad at one point where we bought a case of Samoa cookies. So 12 boxes. I ate all 12 boxes in 14 days.
Hell yeah.
2 weeks to eat 12 boxes.
My man.
Yeah, man. Honestly, it took a lot for me to actually start to kick sugar out of my diet, or at least reduce it. I still have it.
My bad.
No. I'm not in a bad mood.
Does that bug you?
No.
Because it doesn't bug me.
No. I have candy at my house now. I'm better about it now, but it used to be so bad that when I was in high school, I started my day with a Mountain Dew and a Snickers.
Oh yeah.
That's literally what I'd be walking into homeroom with. You know,
ready.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Wired.
Breakfast of champions. You ready to go?
Absolutely.
Throw some hot Cheetos in there, dude. You turn into Thanos.
That was my wrestling diet in high school too.
Yeah, dude.
You know, Mountain Dew and a fucking Snickers. Sometimes I'd switch it up and go Skittles.
You ever had one of these?
The cream, yeah, dude.
These motherfuckers, dude.
Root beer float in a can.
These motherfuckers are good.
High school for me was like going to the cafeteria, and I don't know why they had some badass fucking bagels and or glazed donuts, chocolate donuts, but they had the best. They had these bagels, like a little glass see-through thing, nice and warm. It had like chocolate chip. That was my go-to. Blueberry. Then you have like your garlic jalapeno type deals. So it was either like a chocolate chip bagel, cream cheese, and a chocolate milk. That was like every day to start off my day. Or 2 glazed donuts and a chocolate milk. And it was just more so because it costs the same. Do I want 2 glazed donuts or do I want a bagel? And yeah, dude. And that was just 9 times out of 10, that was my breakfast. And then lunch, you know, everyone went to either Taco Bell or McDonald's, and we would all get in a car, like 4 or 5 of us. And wherever we went, we would go. And that was the diet. There's no fucking way I can do that now. Even though I work out, you know, I'd probably get like bulkier, but it wouldn't look right. And you would feel it. You would feel like shit. But that's just the biggest difference is like in high school, it's just like, you don't think about those things in high school. You don't think about like what you look like because your metabolism is incredible, impeccable. It's, you know,
speak for yourself.
Some others, you know, it just depends, you know. But also I was very active. I'm pretty sure Kyle was very active as well. In sports, it was like every day. And it was Dude, in those times, I love basketball so much. I played on 3 different teams. So you're talking about like 3 different practices for the whole week. Sometimes 3 to 4 games every week. And that's what kept me just like go, go, go. But I loved it. So it didn't really feel like it was work.
Yeah.
It was like, man, let's go.
My biggest break between sports year round, the biggest break I had was 2 weeks. And that was usually from the end of track season to the start of swim season in the summer. Other than that, I was in football, wrestling, basketball, track, swim team, bowling.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I
That's
did bowling
awesome.
too. I was
That's
on a bowling
awesome.
league.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, I actually have a. So yesterday I was going through old memorabilia, and I found a signed broken bowling pin that I broke during one of my tournaments. And they said they're like broken by Kyle Reed on like I think it was like January 22nd, 2007.
Yeah,
Monster.
dude.
Yeah,
That's
man.
bad.
Yeah.
He's throwing curveballs. Like,
Oh, dude. Overhand throwing that son of a bitch.
There was one time I did like the full like around the world with it and like, slung that thing as hard as I could. Nowadays, I just try to see like how quickly I can throw the 6-pound ball. You know.
You know, you guys are sitting there eating those, and I keep thinking in my head, I'm wondering what your guys' opinions are on the stigma of food. Meaning, if I go to a buffet and I eat 12 plates, they're going to be like, that fucking fat ass. If a chick, little 115-pound chick goes into a buffet and eats 12 plates, they're going to cheer her on. You know what I mean? You guys could sit there and eat those donuts and not think anything about it. Nobody's going to give a fuck. If I sit there and eat those donuts, people are going to judge me and talk shit. What do you guys think about that? Or do you ever think about that? Do you know in the day-to-day life you're not being looked at with food in your hands, but I am? Do you ever think about that?
I don't really have a place to talk with that just because I'm a personal trainer. So if I'm a personal trainer comes walking in with McDonald's in my hand, I'm getting looked at.
Oh, that's true. That is true.
I'm in a different spotlight,
Yeah.
right? It's who's going to want to who's going to try to, why is he going to try to teach me about nutrition and eating right and teach me how to do these things? But he's going to be walking in with McDonald's and waving that shit in front of me.
I didn't even think about that. That's true.
Yeah, dude. Like, that's a perfect point because
Yeah, that shuts me
Seeing-
down completely. Now, okay.
like if I see someone, and I'm not judging anyone, people that know how to personal train, to me, I don't care what they look like if they know what they're doing, but
Right.
it's going to set me off a little bit if I'm starting and saying like, well, this guy doesn't even look like he lifts.
Right.
So that matters, especially when you're starting off, like, because sometimes it's not always about like how you look, but it's your movements, how agile you are. And, you know, being a personal trainer doesn't mean you're fucking jacked as fuck.
No.
But that's the idea. So he can't be walking around with a McDonald's in his work area or whatever, or, you know, even here, I guess, at some stages, because they're going to be like, well, you know, this is, how come I can't eat that way? And he is. But like with you, here's the thing. I really can't speak for anyone else. I can only speak for myself. I see you more religiously than these people will.
Yeah, that's true.
So if they see you and they only see you at certain points, but you know, they see you on the show like eating just donuts, even though it's just that one day, they're going to say, this guy's not taking it seriously.
Yeah.
And that's why you get some of those comments, but they don't know what you're doing, you know, the
Right.
other 23 hours of that day or 13 hours that you're awake, whatever.
Yeah. They're only seeing small snapshots.
Yeah,
of
they
your
don't know I
day.
got ground turkey and white rice and sitting in my fridge right now for
Right.
breakfast.
Right.
Right. So like, and that just goes back to who cares what anyone thinks? Because if you're letting that means you probably feel like you're doing the wrong thing as well. You know, let people say what they're going to say. Again, it's totally different from where you're at than where Kyle's at, because that's a business right there.
Yeah.
And he has to set that example because he can still look the way he looks, but still that visual is kind of like someone that's starting is going to say, well, I guess I could still eat McDonald's all the time and do this. And he's going to look like a hypocrite if he says, no, you can't. Not if you want to look like this. It takes a certain, level. I'm not a personal trainer. I'm not. I'm just happy where I'm at. Do I want to improve every day? Hell yeah, dude. Do I want to change the way I do this? I do. It's an addiction. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, me settling in on Sundays and knowing that's the day where I just go, that's an addiction. And I've been trying for years to change this because I've been doing this for years.
See, I think of it as an outsider looking in, like that's kind of cool. I think it's cool.
It's cool for me the day before getting there. But once I'm in the middle of it, 3-4 p.m., I'm like, what the fuck am I doing?
So when that box of donuts is gone by 3 p.m., are you going to feel bad?
Well,
while you're making your next meal?
Well, not because of this, because while I'm eating this or whatever's left, you guys can still dig in. Don't worry about that.
I'm going to have another one.
For sure. No, that's what I'm saying. So I'm not just eating this for the next 3 or 4 hours. I got to have salty foods too. So I'm eating something else in between. My thing is I've noticed that when I am busy on Sundays and doing things, I'm less attracted to just eating stuff like this all day. But if I'm just chilling, I'm going to be eating every 15 minutes, dude. Mm-hmm. Or there's always something here that I'm munching on. It's nonstop. And that's why I say nonstop. Mm-hmm. I don't take a 30-minute rest and it's no, I feel like I just got to keep going to the fridge, grabbing something else.
Yeah.
That's the part of the addiction because I'm not
Are you full and still getting more food?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
What are you saying? Yeah, do you do the same thing?
I do the same thing, but the way that I've changed mine was because I reduced the amount of sugar I had in my house. I started having things like peanut butter pretzels, dried mango. I had other things to go to that still had a little bit of a sweet taste, a little bit of a salty taste, but I'm full. I will eat a full-blown dinner and 15 minutes later be going back to the pantry to go grab a few pieces of mango, to go grab a little cup of my peanut butter pretzels. I do that all the time.
And not these simple sugars. And that's because, yeah. And I have the same thing he does, that same thing where it's sugar. These days are 90% sugar. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I don't really care for anything else. But again, to start off the day, I'm I'm good. I'm ready to go. But then again, 4 or 5 p.m., I'm just damn. Meanwhile, it's 7 p.m. and I go get the pint of fucking Ben & Jerry's just to finish off my night. Mm-hmm. So I can feel okay, I did it all. And then Monday, it's okay, let's go. It gives me energy, but then I also say maybe if I cut it in half, I think I would see a little bit more changes in my body, just the way it looks. I wouldn't have to wait until Friday to see something that I could probably see Tuesday or Wednesday. Because my body fluctuates fast, and I'm pretty sure yours does as well. Mm-hmm. I'll go into Monday, and that's when I'll weigh myself, is at the beginning of Monday, and I'm usually anywhere between 168 and 170. And then by Friday, I'm at 164, 163. And that's when I'm feeling my best. So that Sunday is going to gain me a good 4 to 5 pounds. So
I'm just gonna get that cough out. I'm sorry.
No, man, you good.
I feel embarrassed. This cough is fucking kicking my ass. It's Can you hear me over here trying to breathe quietly though? I'm
I can tell you were struggling a little bit, and it's just let it out.
Today's bad for some reason. Let it go. No, but it sounds like shit.
Get some honey.
No.
Marinate.
Did you have any?
Yeah, it's good.
It's good, huh?
Yeah.
I told you.
Yeah, I use honey for everything, so that's the plus. I don't have simple sugars during the week. I use honey for everything. I don't overdo it, but I drink a lot of coffee, so I just use honey.
Peanut butter and honey sandwiches.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And even because they have the actual peanut butter that already has.
You guys are more fat-minded than me, bro. I've never had that shit.
No, dude, peanut butter and honey sandwiches? Oh man. That's
you have to be high to eat that?
Huh?
You have to be high to eat that?
No, dude.
It's just delicious?
Oh my God.
Oh, I'm missing out.
Bro, after this,
we need one?
Peanut butter and honey sandwich. I'm telling you. You just slather on one side of peanut butter.
My mic off, bro.
One side of peanut butter, and then the same type of drizzle you would do with mustard or something like that with honey. and then you smash it on. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
I'm about to turn this fucking mic off.
No,
Fuck. Sorry.
don't think about it.
Dude, it's right here. Like, I
You're-
want to just put my finger in there and fucking
You're
scratch
waiting
it.
dude, that
for
tickle.
it.
The tickle in the back of your throat.
I'm
You're
not
talking-
sick. I just got
No.
this stupid fucking cough.
I just got rid of that like 2 days ago.
It's killing me, man.
You should be used to that tickle in the back of your throat.
Eat your donut, bro. Eat your donut and feel bad. Just kidding. That made me feel bad. That hurt my feelings.
You hurt your own feelings.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's not nice.
You know why I don't hurt my feelings is because I'm gonna do it anyways. Like I'm doing it, If I was trying to hide it, I'd be like, man, you're right. But
This would be the bad place to hide it.
yeah.
Literally, camera pointing right.
I
at
thought you were coming in here with burgers and fries and donuts and ice cream. I was like, my man's gonna do it.
No, that I could, but I don't. Because, like I said, I went to the store before I went to go do some cardio. I really couldn't get anything else before that because nobody likes fries or hash browns like an hour and a half later. You'll still eat them, but they just taste different than when they're like warm.
That's the box.
4,080 calories for that whole thing.
Yeah.
And remember how you were talking about I couldn't eat 10,000 calories?
Not the way I've tried it. No, I have not been able to do it. I've gotten to like 9,100 and I'm dead.
No way.
Yeah, that's the furthest I've got.
Could you
to.
eat 10,000 calories?
Shit food. Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
What do we say? A Costco pecan pie is over 8,000 calories.
Yeah. But that's
like
like that shit is
8,600,
right? But like I've sat down with one of these, something like this before, and eaten a box
And just
one
put
sitting.
in work.
Yeah. I mean, by the time that you're done, you're kind of sweating a little bit.
Fucking
Maybe that's the issue, dude. Stop living the fucking cop drops.
I thought that these are supposed to help.
Come on.
Whatever, dude.
They-
It's all a simulation anyway. I don't know. Why the fuck?
Don't even
matters.
get me started on the Matrix,
Inside.
bro.
Do you believe in that shit too?
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yes, I
No.
told you.
No fucking
I
way,
told you.
dude.
Bro, how many times have there been, they call it the Mandela effect, right?
Ooh.
Where
Shut
you swear, you're like, you know what? It's Berenstein. It's the Berenstein Bears. And when you look at it, it's the Bernstein Bears.
Or Shazam. The movie Shazam.
Yeah, Kazam.
Kazam.
No.
Oh, the superhero movie.
The one with
Shazam.
No,
Yeah.
no.
The
The
one
one
with
with
Shaq.
Sinbad.
Wait.
Oh,
The one with Sinbad.
because there was
Oh,
Kazam.
Yeah.
Where Sinbad played a
Yeah,
genie.
he was a genie, right?
And
That
Shazam.
movie doesn't exist.
Bullshit.
I swear.
No, he was a fucking genie.
I know. I've seen
And
it.
Shaq came out and he was also
And
one.
he was Kazam.
Yeah.
Shaq was Kazam.
Yeah.
Sinbad was Shazam. That movie does not exist.
Bullshit.
I swear, dude.
No, he was a fucking genie.
I know. I've seen it.
And it was like a little white kid.
Yep. That movie doesn't exist, bro.
Fuck
I told you.
Fuck out of here.
You've seen it, right?
Yeah.
You
dude,
know
when-
for sure you've seen it.
Yeah, when
You've
I was
seen
a
it?
kid.
See? And you know what that is? That's a glitch in the Matrix.
No,
bro.
it's not. I don't know what happened.
No, that's part of it, dude.
Well, dude,
So,
you can't find that movie to buy. You
it
can't
is-
find a poster
They
of it.
fu-
You can't
it's-
find
they
shit.
get
It is a-
pulled out of the timeline
Yeah. It's a global effect, dude.
Why that movie?
because it's just one of those things that people will remember. There was another thing too, or another couple things where I'm like, bullshit, that's not how it
Yeah.
was. Or like simple like logos, and it's like,
Like Fruit of the Loom. There was
Yeah,
never
or
a
like-
basket.
or like the Star Wars thing. Luke, I am your father.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, he doesn't say that?
No.
No, supposedly he doesn't.
Bullshit.
Nope. Because he says, you killed my father. And he says, no, I am your father.
No, he doesn't. He says, Luke, I am your father. Swear.
I swear.
Betty White's supposed to be the next Mandela effect. Because she was 99 and everybody's going to say she was 100.
Right.
And people are going to argue that forever. Rest in peace, Betty White.
If you really think about it, though, technically, you are in
Because of the 9 months of of pregnancy?
No. So like right now, I'm getting ready to be 31 next month. Once I hit that 31, I'll be in my 32nd year.
When do you turn 31?
February 27th.
Oh, nice. Good month.
So once I do that,
That month doesn't exist.
I'm
so it's all good.
technically in my 32nd year.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, it's kind of like
I'm finishing my 31st
the
year.
21st century.
Yeah.
Let's get back into this fucking simulation stuff.
Yeah.
We don't have so much time.
It's okay.
I don't want my brain to fucking melt, but I need to understand, what are you talking about? And if this is a simulation, who's choosing it for it? Am I choosing this for me? Because I don't want to fucking do this. I want to be a millionaire.
Right. But maybe your brain specifically puts off a certain amount of energy based on pain and misery, which is what you feel like you're feeling. Right.
So where am I?
You're plugged in, bro.
Plugged into what?
You have the ability to add to your character. You have the ability to create a new lifestyle, but like he was saying, right now your brain is it's so the way you feel like your life is now, you feel like that's the correct way, and so you're just kind of like going with it, and you're just kind of going in that road. Yeah, you're doing this podcast now. That's you taking a step up. But you have to like believe that you're going to be in a bigger spotlight if that's what you want, if that's what you're going towards. Because if not, you'll just be doing this podcast, this one forever. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to know you're going to go somewhere else. And if you don't know that, if you can't see that, it won't change. It's like, dude, like people that play The Sims, it just seems like people are just walking around doing the same thing. I've always looked at it this way. I feel like video games, like the actual character in a video game, feels something.
Oh my god.
That's just what I feel like that thing, it's doing something. Things I see on TV, animations, like I feel like they feel something.
Like Wreck-It Ralph almost.
Yeah.
Why do you feel that way?
Because it's just a feeling, dude. It's just.
But what introduced that to you? What was your?
It's just nothing ever introduced where it's like, hey, this is the way you should think.
Remembering things that supposedly never happened, but it seems like everybody remembers it. Why does just about everybody remember it, and then all of a sudden it actually never happened?
Am I real?
In this moment, you are.
Is this real life?
But in other moments, I'm not?
That's up to you.
What do you mean?
It is like, the theory that I have is, and this goes back to like when you have deja vu, like when you relive something, you're like, whoa, this has happened before.
I get that a lot.
So my theory on that is we just relive a lot of the same things, but in different timelines, we choose different paths to take. And sometimes we run into the same things, and that's the deja vu part where it's like, why do I remember this? But it's so vague because I feel like we've lived so many lives, and they can be a lot of the same. You know, like my theory is you as a person, like me myself, I will never know when I die. People around me will know like, you know, people pass because they're not here with you anymore. But you yourself, I feel like you never know you pass. You just wake up.
There's also a theory out there, and I couldn't really tell you who said it, but it kind of ties into the idea of string theory a little bit. So you know the dreams where you're falling, and then you wake up just before you hit the ground, right? So the theory is that when you have that dream, that's actually you dying and waking up in a different timeline, and that's why you can remember things differently. So then that's where the idea of string theory comes in, is because you're essentially moving into a different universe, a different timeline that has everything is very similar, but there's maybe one or two things that have changed. And that's why people, you know, all over the world remember Shazam. Shazam.
What's one of those? But yeah.
So does anything matter if you're just going to get to do this again?
No, in this moment, but you can't think that way. Because
why? That's what it is. If you really believe what you're telling me, you should be able to think that way.
Right. But then some people will take that negatively and say, well, if this is just a redo, I'm going to go fucking jump off a building.
Why can't you do that?
Because that would reset the system.
Yes. Because you don't get to choose that.
Why?
Because you don't.
Plenty of people have.
And they're stuck somewhere. In my opinion. They didn't go to the next level. Another thing. I mean, this happens to me. I don't know if it happens to you guys. Okay. We set alarms in the morning, right?
Uh-huh.
I don't know why, but for me, like I'm in the part of my dream where something happens and that's when I wake up, alarm goes off. Why is it always like that?
Or why do you wake up 5 minutes before your alarm, 3 minutes before your alarm?
Yeah.
Well, because your body gets used to stuff. There's chemicals in your body going on. Because that's what I think deja vu is. I think deja vu is just a chemical imbalance going on in your head that you just have a heightened sense of things. So you're really seeing everything the way that it's happening.
But you've literally seen the future.
No, not necessarily.
Really?
Because have you ever noticed whenever, like, if you rock in a deja vu and you're just stuck in it and you're riding it out, everything's cool. But the second you say, I'm having deja vu, it goes away.
So, yeah, like, I don't even got to say it. I just let it play out. And then I'm in my head, I'm kind of thinking like, okay, what's going to happen next? And then it'll just slowly disappear. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's just a heightened sense of everything that's going on.
But how is it that in a dream in the past, you are then watching something in the future? Because like I've seen things like I was living in Montana, never thought I would be living in Minnesota, but had a dream I was living in Minnesota. And then like a year or two later, I actually remember this exact moment living in Minnesota.
Okay, I've opened up my fridge in a dream to go carpet shopping. Am I going to do that one day?
Depends on the reality.
I'm just saying, I vividly remember that dream. I opened up my fridge, I stepped in, and there was a huge world of carpet. And I was just like, oh, I need some carpet.
Yeah. That's probably the way it's going to be, or it was already. You either lived it or you're going to. Like, I feel like dreams most of our dreams, if not all of them, are attached to memories. Like, why would we create these things in our head? I get it. Like, we'll think about something before we go to bed. Or we'll watch a movie and then you're dreaming about that. I get those things. But then there's times where you just don't understand why you dream about like a certain person that in the dream you know really well, but then you wake up and you're like, who the fuck is that?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and why was, or like when, I don't know if you guys had this, but when you're like with like that hot girl in your dream or whatever, and then all of a sudden just naturally that hot girl turns into like one of your family members. And it's just so natural. And it's just like, what the hell?
Mm-hmm.
And it's weird and it weirds you out. But then you don't notice that until you wake up and it's like.
Are you in my dreams, bro?
I don't know.
Why are you talking about my dreams right now?
Oh, okay. Nice.
Sliding into your DMs.
Wait, why are you into my dreams right now?
I'm just saying, I think there's a lot. And I think when you're in the present, like where you actually can feel this is where you're at, I think that's the right time for you to do everything you ever wanted. And I think a lot of people just ride the wave. But I think the moment that you like get it and you're like, you're here, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
That's the life. That's the, I don't know, man. It's just a feeling. Like ever since I was a kid, I used to think this way, dude. Like I'd be 8, 9-year-old and I'm sitting in my room and I'm like, I'm supposed to be somebody special. Like, do you guys ever have that feeling? Because, like, obviously you could only view the world through your eyes.
Yeah.
And you think, like, everything's just focused on you.
Uh-huh.
Like, when I was a kid, I used to think like that. Like, why is everyone just watching me? You know? I can't see what anyone else is doing. But why is everyone just watching what I'm doing? Those kind of thoughts, dude. And it's just, you feel like you're here to do something.
And you feel the same way?
Yeah. I mean, I used to watch myself dream.
Lucid dreaming? Or what do they call that?
Some call it astral projection.
Astral projection. Yeah. What's lucid dreaming? Where you know you're asleep and you control it, right?
Where it's like that and like it's basically that's the world you want to live in.
Yeah.
Like that's just like your world. No, that's more of your reality than your actual real life.
Yeah. I used to just sit above my bed like 6 feet above me and just watch myself dream.
That's creepy.
Yeah, dude. I'd be like, oh, I turned on my left side, and then I'd open my eyes and I'd be on my left side.
Like, remember, I was telling you, and we had the conversation. You're probably like thinking, this was probably what, like a month and a half ago.
In
We're
the parking lot?
And you're probably like thinking, this motherfucker's nuts.
I still think it.
That's cool. I would much rather people think that I'm weird and crazy than to be like, whatever.
Where do you get your information from, though? Because if you have a religion,
feeling. It's a thought.
If you have a religion, right, you can go to a book. If you have whatever, you guys is just a theory. So where are you going to get your information? What
It's
are
a
you
feeling.
reading?
Okay, I'm not going to knock books. I'm not going to knock religion. I believe in higher powers. But at the same time, like, why would I go against what my inner self is telling me? Because my inner self, I feel like, has the answers. You have the answers, but you won't listen to your inner self because it doesn't feel like it's right. It's too nerve-wracking to be like, I can't do that. But your inside's telling you, like, do that. You have to do that. That's your next step. Like that conversation we were having. I don't believe at least half of the fucking population really exists.
What?
I don't believe that.
What?
I think it's just a
What?
feeling we get
When was
that
the
we
last
can
time
feel
you
crowded.
met? When was the last time you met 3.7 billion people?
Never. Never. Okay, so there's only 3 of us in this room, right?
Do you ever feel like anywhere you go, it's always crowded? Anywhere you drive, it's like everyone's there.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, because I can see them.
But why
No,
is
but-
it that they're always right there?
Why
Right
can't
where
you ever
you're
just
at.
drive by yourself? Like, why is everyone going where you're going?
Because
Now-
there's a lot of people that really exist
Now
that
you
are
can
there.
do that in Montana, though.
Really? Let's go.
Oh yeah, you could do it. Like I grew up on the High Line, so it's literally just Highway 2. It runs from one side of Montana all the way through to the Upper Peninsula, Michigan,
Yeah.
right? And you can drive for 2 hours and not see a single vehicle.
Nice. That's cool.
There's a reason why they call it the Big Sky State. If you actually stand on the road on the plains where I'm from,
Yeah.
you can watch the horizon drop off, and all you see is sky.
Oh, nice.
So like you literally
Fuck
see
yeah.
50% ground, 50% sky.
That's pretty awesome. That's fucking cool.
But it's not real. So
What's
does it
not real?
matter?
No. I just got a better view of the simulation.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah. You know, like, dude,
It'd be a lot easier if you guys were actually right.
but you don't, what do you feel?
Huh? What do
Forget your textbooks, forget your, there's 9 planets bullshit, whatever. There's a shitload of,
Yeah,
there's probably like
Pluto's gone.
fucking 10,000. Or maybe there's just, we're probably not even on the planet. We're probably just like,
What do I feel is real?
you know what we're in? Like, you know that little glass thing where you keep all your pastries and they put the fucking thing on? That's where we're in. And they just have like a little fucking dome over us.
Shut the fuck up.
We're actually
dude.
in a menagerie.
a menage a trois.
Close.
Soon.
There's 3 of us.
Soon.
Oh, dude, that's why I bought this carpet, bro.
I'm looking forward to my bare ass being on that carpet.
Me, hey, I am.
You won't be the first.
No, or the last, baby. Run it.
What's the one thing? Okay, forget like being politically correct or like normal. What's the one thing that you think about that you probably never told anyone because you think it's like outlandish that you feel this is the way shit is? You got to give me something.
I believe in God.
Well, a shitload of people do as well.
That's what it is. That's all it is for me.
But like there are some people who are like, I feel that there's an actual society of people who plan traffic jams
No.
specifically just to piss people off.
It's hard for me to wrap my mind around like conspiracy theories and stuff like that. Maybe I'm just like a sheep, but like I believe what the Bible tells me. I believe what I learned in textbooks in school. I believe that we live in a round earth. I believe all that stuff. I just believe it.
And that's fine.
And that's the life you're gonna. That's and there's
So
nothing
is it
wrong
me
with that.
versus
So-
you two? Am I
No,
wrong?
But
No,
here's
because-
what I believe is I believe that there was one religion, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Someone didn't like one of the teachings and they're like, nope. and branched off, became a different religion. Right. And then over time, why do you think there's so many thousands of denominations of different types of Christianity?
For the same reason why we have, well, they want to portray, we have, why the news and everyone wants to portray we have an issue with like race and all the other stuff, because all they want to do is segregate everything and have groups. And this is the right way. And this is the only way. And that's how you separate people.
Yeah, but I have answers for that too. That's not the thing. As far as religion goes and then theory goes, I have a book.
But
that I can answer the questions that you guys are asking.
But there's evidence that
what?
There's evidence that shows religion that actually predates Homo sapiens. They found cremated remains of a Neanderthal in New South Wales. How do you know this? Because you can go and read about it, and then they have pictures of it.
But it was written by a man, right?
As was the Bible,
right? So why is it easy for you to believe something that was written by man, but another book that was written by man?
I'm not saying that the Bible's wrong.
Did George Washington exist?
You know what the Bible stands for?
Yeah, basic instructions before leaving Earth.
Yes, sir.
Did George Washington exist?
Yeah.
How do you know?
Because there's words out there that tell me.
Right.
Right.
And there's proof?
Yes.
Same thing of the Bible.
Okay. Holy Quran.
Yeah.
They have the one God.
Mm-hmm.
The one God is right. Written by man.
Yes.
So why is that wrong? And the Christian Bible is the Torah.
That's where your heart gets into play. I'm not here to say any religion is wrong or any theory is wrong or anything. This is a very slippery slope. If you say the wrong thing, people are going to get pissed. I'm not hateful.
I find religion very fascinating. I love learning about religion.
I
love learning about religion.
I don't fucking care.
Because I love finding the similarities, right? I've done research. I looked at Norse mythology, Egyptian mythology, and Mormonism. You know what they talk about, what happens to you after you die? If you live righteously and you live a good life, you go to paradise. You go to heaven. You go to the celestial kingdom. If you're a piece of shit, you're going to be suffering. Three different religions, 3 different parts of the world, all talking about the same thing. They just gave it a different name. Mm-hmm. And so that's why I think that there was one religion.
Why do we celebrate Christopher Columbus?
Yeah.
That guy was a piece of shit.
Well, it depends on who you ask. Right?
First of all, he was a terrible navigator.
Yeah, and not only that, he was lost.
He was looking for India and found America.
But not only that,
well, he didn't find it. It wasn't lost.
He
didn't discover it. There was already people here, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Right. But Spaniards, right? They went to what we now call North America, Central America. And they took all their fucking diseases and they mated with all of the they raped people, killed people.
Yeah.
Which were Aztecs back then, and changed the whole population. Like they brought AIDS, syphilis, a shitload of all those sexually transmitted diseases, and
introduced it into a society that had never known it.
Yes, and all these guys, and so
essentially biological warfare.
Yeah, and back then, like Aztecs, they were taller beings, like all above like 6 foot, 6'5".
Really?
Yes, the Spaniards were very short, and with that, the raping, all of that, like this just didn't happen overnight. Like this was years and years of domination and just like taking over, and that's what they were doing on accident, like because they were just searching for another land to take over. They would befriend and then fucking like stab you in the back type shit.
Hey, this episode is taking a twist.
Well, I'm just because we need to put like, if we're talking about things that people think didn't happen, or like why do schools like Christopher Columbus and Thanksgiving? That's fucking bullshit. That's a big pile of trash. But that's my belief, and that's what I feel I know.
A lot of people feel the same way.
Yeah. So like,
is it wrong that I celebrate Thanksgiving just to eat food?
Oh no, that used to be my favorite holiday.
I don't have, my heart's not in Thanksgiving. You know what I mean?
Oh, no.
I know that my family's going to get together. It's a day that we're going to eat.
Yeah. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Is that wrong that I feel that way? I don't have any like special place for it in my heart, or
no.
I kind of feel the same way about Christmas. It's just another opportunity to get with your family.
Christmas is tough. Christmas is a tough one for me. I remember when I was a kid, I loved Christmas. And now Christmas is nothing about gifts and what you can buy me and what you got to do and all this fake love. Like, oh, for this little time of year, everybody's going to love each other and be happy and everything. But for the rest of the year, fuck you. I don't like all that stuff, dude.
Yeah.
I don't like all that stuff.
Yeah. Like I said, I just see it as an excuse to get to see family.
Yeah.
I hate receiving gifts, dude.
Oh,
I love giving them, but I don't like getting.
I
them
love
whatsoever.
giving gifts. I'm the same way.
I always get asked what I want for my birthday, what I want for Christmas. I'm like, I don't fucking
Yeah.
know. Please don't ask me.
Right.
No, because
I don't need anything.
Because
No.
if I want something, I'm gonna go.
I'll
get
buy it through the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm bad at that. But I'm an
Yeah.
excellent gift giver. I fucking give thoughtful ass fucking good gifts that'll make you cry. I'm good at it.
that's good.
I'm really good at
Yeah,
it.
you're thoughtful instead of just like.
Here's a gift card. Amazon.
Well, I've done that before.
Here's $20. Yeah, but you don't really like that person.
That, or you don't know that person's size, you know, and it's just like. I don't want
I
to
think
give
buying
you,
clothes for people is tough anyway.
Yeah,
You don't
it
want
is.
to buy anybody clothes.
Any type of clothing, dude, whether it's shoes, hats, whatever, because you might think, well, he wears this size. This
I
has
know. Socks and underwear, man.
Yeah, I
get
know, right?
down James
A
Brown
nice
on
tie.
some lingerie.
a nice
though.
tie, you know.
A nice tie.
Yeah,
Don't get me a tie.
you're gonna use it sometime.
That's a
You'd be like,
macaroni necklace for adults, bro. I don't want a tie.
a bow.
Do not get me
Bow
any,
tie.
any neckwear. You don't love me if you buy me
A bolo
neckwear.
tie.
Bow. Yep, there you go. That would work with what you're wearing right now. Actually, that'd be the shit.
Yeah, I'm fucking Dapper Dan right now, dude. I'm feeling.
Nice little cowboy hat.
I'm feeling.
That'd be the shit.
Oh, I thought you meant a cowboy's hat.
No, a cowboy.
Oh
Like,
yeah, I'll
fucking-
wear a cowboy hat.
Yeah,
I'll wear a
man.
cowboy
Ride
hat.
off into the sunset on your mule.
Assless
Go.
chaps, dude, with
Ooh,
the fucking cheeks
with some
hanging out the back.
spurs?
Oh yeah, dude.
Click clacks.
Oh, bro, with a fucking horse gag in my mouth. Wait.
With some fucking black cover, like little eyeglass thing.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm wearing those hooves.
Damn.
We'll get
With
you
a
a
chain
chomp.
around your neck.
Yeah, bro. That says daddy.
Well, someone's pulling you there.
Yeah. No.
Cool.
Is that okay?
Oh,
Are you judging my lifestyle?
No.
Are you?
No.
All right then.
I'm
Sounds
just hoping to get a
similar.
yoke to get him in there with you too.
Oh damn, son.
Holy shit. Man, we went from Christopher Columbus to fucking this.
Yeah, bro.
That's crazy.
This ain't. What are we doing here?
We're just having conversations, man. We're talking about what.
We're just living life.
Yeah, and we veer into whatever.
Are we the three best friends that anybody could have? And we'll never, ever, 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 ever leave each other?
Well, you're gonna leave us because you don't believe the way we believe. So, it's,
Oh my gosh, dude.
No, say that because you believe in Christianity, you're going to heaven. We're not.
Hey, you're putting words in my mouth. Don't do that to me.
Don't you put that evil on me.
Don't
Ricky
put
Bobby.
that on me.
I just said that this morning. That's so funny. that you
Don't
just said
put-
that.
Why
Put
would you
that
say
evil on me,
that?
Ricky Bobby.
Don't say that. Don't say that. I don't want that. I don't want that at all. What the fuck?
I'm not saying that we're going to hell.
No.
Hey, man, I don't know shit.
Yeah.
I don't know nothing. I'm not telling you where you guys are going.
All I know is that I'm going to do my absolute best to be as nice to as many people as possible, and wherever I end up, I end up.
Cool.
Yeah.
What am I doing? Why did you put that on me?
You told me you believe in God
Okay.
and what the Bible tells you.
Yeah.
So,
But I don't want to talk about that.
you don't want to talk about how you'll go to heaven?
Let me ask you that. Do you feel like,
dude.
do you
This
feel
ain't
like,
right. You guys are
no,
fucking
do you feel
bullies.
like when, no, it's a serious question.
I know. I don't.
So do you feel like, you know, you get like transported like magically into like clouds and like everyone's wearing wings and everyone's wearing white? I'm asking because I'm curious. Like, what do you believe happens when your day comes?
Or do you
Whatever that
believe
is.
each version of heaven is subject to the individual?
So you guys are
we'll-
asking me? You really asking
yeah.
me?
So like,
Yeah, I wanna know.
when you get to heaven, will it be you're going to be surrounded by only your loved ones at like your absolute finest moment, enjoying absolute sheer happiness, or is it you're walking around in this like gorgeous city surrounded by angels that are flying overhead, along with other people who have gone to heaven.
Are you gonna be able to fly because you want to fly? That type of shit. Like,
Maybe. I believe that I'm going to be surrounded by loved ones. I think I'm going to have a perfect body. I think I'm going to be a spirit, a soul. I don't know what it's going to look like. The Bible says that there's streets of gold, right?
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna have long blonde hair. That's what I'm wondering.
I don't think so. I don't think the stuff that you guys are talking about matters. I don't think you're going to care if you can fly. I don't think you're going to care what things are looking like. If you go according to the Bible, you're just going to be happy to be with God. You're going to be happy to be with your creator. You're not going to worry about flying.
Right, but
You're not
you
gonna
mentioned
care.
a perfect body. Why would you mention that?
Well, because there's not going to be any sickness. There's not going to be any.
Okay, a healthy body.
Yeah.
Okay, that
Yeah.
makes sense.
There's not going to be any. I don't think anybody's fat in heaven. I don't think there's going to be. I think everything's just perfect. But I don't think any of that stuff matters. I think you're with your creator. I think the point is you lived a life that now you get to go and rejoice in his kingdom. You know what I mean? It's not about you.
Okay.
It's not about what you can get. I want to drive this Ferrari. I want to drive whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think all that stuff is worldly thoughts that we don't. That's all we know, right? We only know this place, so we're going to think what would be great here on earth. I think that's something that we have no idea about, and when we get there, we're not going to give a fuck what kind of hair we have, or can we fly, or where are we surrounded by. I think it's just all about, it's just love.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think that's dope.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want that if that place existed here? Would you go to that?
Oh, I mean, I think we try to find that anyways. I think we try to create that.
But you would go,
anyways.
right?
Oh yeah, you want to be somewhere where there's no like
No sadness.
BS going around. And,
Yeah, nothing.
Well, but then what if, in Norse mythology, right? If you're a warrior and you die in battle, you go to the halls of Valhalla, right? Where you await Ragnarok, which is the ultimate battle.
Yeah, but
right?
you're battling for the rest of your eternity?
But that's their view, is that's actually what they enjoy doing.
There you
That
go.
was their
No, I
there
get
you
it.
go,
That's
right?
cool.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, what if my happiness was no matter where I went, I was lifting thousands of pounds and I was curling it like it was nothing.
Again, I think that's your worldly view. I think you're going to have such a bigger understanding of how things really work, and you're going to have answers to questions you never thought you even had. That shit that you're thinking is going to matter isn't. It's
My first question: childhood cancer. Why? That's what I'm looking forward to knowing.
I can answer that. You want me to?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We live in a fallen world with a sovereign God. In the Bible, it says that the enemy is the one who comes to steal, kill, and destroy. That's all Satan's doing.
Mm-hmm.
That's not God giving cancer to a child.
So Satan's winning then.
No. There's a difference between allowing and creating.
Mm-hmm.
Now, according to the Bible, men, we created sin when you take it back to Adam and Eve.
Mm-hmm.
This stuff was never supposed to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Hell was not meant for us. We were meant to live happy and perfect. We decided because of free will,
Given the freedom of choice.
given the freedom of choice, we were allowed to do what we wanted. And we messed that up. We did that.
You didn't though.
It's a rabbit and a vulture,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mhm.
If you put a rabbit into a room with a plate of meat and a plate of carrots, that rabbit's going to go for the carrots every time. You put a vulture in that same room, that vulture's going to go for the meat. It's inherently in us to go against God as his creation. That's what the Bible says.
Mm-hmm.
There's a difference between allowing it and creating it. I stick
Right.
to that. Good and bad, it rains on the rich and the poor.
Well, and I often think about the book of Job too.
Uh-huh.
You know, in his life, he suffered a lot of tragedy. You know, lost his wife, lost his kids, lost his flock, and every single time that he lost something, you know, the people around him said it's because you're bad and God doesn't love you and things like that. And he says, no, that's not it at all.
Right.
And he maintained his faith all the way through. And then once, you know, once he had proven his faith, God blessed him with tenfold.
Uh-huh.
You know, and had a wife, had many kids, and got his flock back.
No matter what the circumstances, this is my true belief. No matter how bad things are, or what the circumstance is, I think nothing is bad enough that God can't create into a good, that God can use it to create good. I think it's up to us to figure out which route we're going to take it. If your child gets cancer, you have 100% option to just go ahead and say, fuck God, I don't want to be a follower. Why would you do this to me? How could you do this to me? But 6 months ago, you were praying for strength and you were praying for faith. Well, now you have something in front of you to go ahead and prove that you have faith. You just got to be careful what you ask for.
Yeah.
I guess what I'm trying to, like, where's the victory at? Why do all these bad things keep coming up? Why are the evil people like continuous? Like, they're winning. They're the ones that create like our surroundings, our laws, how we live. Like, why is the evil, you know, why are bad people fucking successful? Why do they have everything? And why do people that like actually real good human beings that will give the shirt off their back to someone else struggling?
I think because they gave their shirt off their back. They're continually giving away, whereas the evil ones,
Which is the universe type thing where it's like, what you continue to do, what you continue to say will put you in that.
The victory's in the end. The victory's in the end.
When you die?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm fucked because I never die. I just wake up.
What is the saying? To live is Christ, to die is gain, right? So those guys that are making the millions of dollars by being crooked politicians or whatever you're talking about, the thieves, the
And don't get me wrong, there's good people that are millionaires.
murderers,
You know, but
they're going to have a good life for, let's say, 80 years. Let's say 100 years. Let's say that guy lives to be 100.
mm-hmm.
That is a fucking blink of an eye as opposed to eternity. You don't know where that guy's going to end up. When you die, you got to face your judgment. Your name is in a book. You have a place where you go for eternity as opposed to what you did for 100 years. Doesn't matter what kind of... You're not going to have the money and the cars and the houses and all that. It's going to be you and him, and you're going to pay for what you've done.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Let's say, and this is not like going against. This is like this is a real question.
There's
I mean,
nothing you can say that's
you
going to
don't-
upset me as
No,
long
right.
as you know that.
You don't know the definitive answer, but I guess what I'm trying to say is like, let's say someone is a very good person and has
Mhm.
been a good person from the beginning to end. But naturally or whatever, they don't believe in that higher power as far as, you know, Jesus Christ, God, however you want to put it. When their day comes, is he still like,
I know what you mean.
Is it
If
like-
there was a tribe in Brazil
Uh-huh.
that had no human contact outside of their tribe.
Uh-huh.
Let's say someone who was essentially the Mother Teresa of that tribe, right?
Okay.
And then they die.
Mhm.
They have never learned about God in heaven.
Okay.
Lived a good life. Where are they going?
So
let's say that's the only option at the end.
Uh-huh.
But some people don't realize that. Are they going to be rejected because they didn't have that belief or thought, even though they were good human beings?
Okay. So to answer your question, the Bible says no man is good. Okay. Your best deeds are as filthy rags to him. Okay. And then to answer your guys' collective question, people that don't have the religion. So we got the New Testament, right? We got the new law, the new promise that was given to us. And we weren't under the rules of the Old Testament, which was you have to make a sacrifice, blood for sin, right? Because the wages of sin is death. Okay, so you gotta sacrifice a goat. You got to do this. You can't do this. There's however many laws, 800 something laws that you can't, whatever. for the stuff that you guys are talking about, because in the New Testament, that's when Jesus came down and gave his promise and lived in a life that the way that you should be living. And this is how he was the ultimate example of how to do it. Excuse me. I believe that what you guys are talking about, you live on a deserted island, you don't know anything about God, you never got a Bible, but you try to be good.
Mm-hmm.
I believe at that time that you're going to be judged almost accordingly to the Old Testament, because that's when being good and stuff like that mattered.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I think that your actions here will matter if you never knew about religion. But I think God is powerful enough to send whatever to send whatever messages that are necessary to get that person to follow. I don't think that he would ever create and leave somebody in the dark for forever. Whether he's telling you by the sky how beautiful the sky is, or you're sitting on that island, how do trees grow, or how beautiful is this sunset? I think there's a way to communicate, even if it's not through words.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's powerful enough to do that. That's my answer. That's all I got. That's all I have for you.
It's kind of like that. It's somewhat of a joke to kind of go on a like lighter note. Pretty sure you guys have heard it.
Yeah, and then I'm calling it because you guys are going to keep me talking and you're going to make me fucking feel bad.
Why? We'll all have our final word.
I don't know, because people don't agree.
So?
Well, it matters
but
as far as social media goes.
But it is your belief.
I know.
You know.
No
But
one should
people that are
judge you
watching-
based on your belief. Like, someone shouldn't judge you because you like the Cardinals. To me, that's what it is.
No, but imagine if this is somebody's first episode of me and they're like, oh, he's a Jesus freak. He thinks... They don't know that I'm sitting here telling you guys it doesn't, like, I love you. It doesn't, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just because I think I'm right doesn't mean I think you're wrong. I don't fucking know. I'm doing this just like you guys are.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Is there?
No.
No.
I don't hate anybody. I don't judge anybody. I'm never going to tell you you're wrong.
That would be hypocritical.
I'm just going to say I don't think I'm wrong.
Right. That would be hypocritical for you to
And like for me, it goes back to I have my beliefs, but I don't judge anybody else based on how they believe, because I believe everyone creates their own reality.
Okay.
And everyone's entitled to that. Everyone should be able to feel what they feel. And I have no right to tell you, why do you like the Cardinals? Or why do you like fucking lasagna? Like, no, that's what you like. That's what you enjoy. That's what you follow. That's what you believe in. But there's nothing that says we can't have a relationship just based on how we are to each other in kindness. That's it. You know, I mean, if you're not a kind person, then I'm not going to talk to you, but that's going to be the only reason why, you know. Or if I know you're a murderer, I probably won't talk to you. But, you know, things that, certain beliefs that, you know, you feel like you're part of a group or a belief system. Me personally, like it's going to be the same all the way around, you know. That's not going to deter me from anyone.
I'm just going to keep doing me.
But I'm human.
Yeah.
I cuss. I do drink. I drink. There's people out there that can judge me if they want to. You know what I mean? I'm not the perfect anything.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody's.
No one is.
I'm just saying I don't hold myself higher than anybody. I'm not better than you. I'm not better than you. I don't think you guys are better than me. I don't care.
Right.
I think that's a good way to be.
Agreed.
This cough is killing me. This cough. Jesus, fix it. I'm dying right now, man. I need another simulation where I don't have a cough.
Well, if you have that dream tonight, the falling dream, and you wake up tomorrow without a cough, hey, bro,
there you go.
There it is. Are you guys ready to call it or what?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Make sure to like and subscribe. Leave your comments. We'll see you later. Peace.
Peace.